Hi, Nancy Hay here, and I wanted to talk to you about one of the 10 steps to fair fighting. And I'll ask you, have you in one of your arguments found yourself or your partner escalating and getting louder and louder? Or perhaps you get defensive and you start to blame each other and aren't really listening anymore. You start to shut down and you're not really listening. If that's the case, one of the really helpful tips that you can use is to call a timeout. And just like in basketball or football, when people call or when the teams call timeouts, that's to really help them get refocused again and regroup. It's the same thing with fair fighting. And if you think about in parenting, when you put your kids in timeout, what's that for? It's to help them calm down, get refocused, kind of redirect their behavior. Same for us. If we're in an argument and things are starting to escalate, if we're yelling, if we're starting to get into ways that aren't very effective to help us get this conflict resolved, then we need to actually take a break and think about what's going on. And the second part of the fair fighting, the calling the timeout, is to actually the person who calls the timeout needs to call the time back in. Because one of the reasons that couples don't want to call a timeout and they follow each other around, one of them will follow each other around, still continuing the argument, is because they're afraid they'll never get back to it. And the reason for that is that, like, if you've called, if you've quit talking about whatever you're talking about, and let's say it's the next morning or something, who wants to bring it up again? It's really hard to bring it up again because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to start, things are going okay. You don't want to get back into where you were the day before. So when you call a timeout, the person who does that needs to decide when to call a time in. Sometimes you can do a check-in in about 30 minutes. That's sometimes helpful. And at that point in time, you may have de-escalated yourself enough that you can go back to what you were doing before. But sometimes it needs a little bit more time. I usually say don't take more than 24 hours. It really needs to be in a 24-hour time frame. And then you go back to some of the other rules of fair fighting, which are to schedule the time that you're going to do it, make sure the kids aren't around, and that you actually have time to spend a little time together. Now, when you're in the timeout, what you can do is actually think about what your part in this conflict was. Why was I getting so defensive? What was he or she really trying to say to me? I know for myself, when I'm not in front of my partner, I can think more clearly. I'm not as defensive. I can think, what was going on with me that I was getting so upset? Or what was he really trying to say to me? And then I get some clarity with that. And when I go back to it, sometimes the conflict I can agree to, oh my gosh, I now I hear what you were saying, and I can agree with what you were saying, or be more clear on the point that I was trying to make. If your goal is really to resolve your conflicts and to enhance your relationship, to get closer to each other, to get to the other side of your arguments and fights, then this tip of calling a timeout can be really, really helpful for you. And again, it's not the timeout part. It's when couples actually call the time back in that you can resolve the conflicts. When you choose the timeout to de-escalate those high emotions and take some time to think, and then calling the time back in and actually having a discussion instead of an argument, you're going to find yourself making much more progress. And also the timeouts help you to break those old patterns of just fighting. So it helps you to have more discussions and problem solving. And this is one of the best tips you can take with you to have a healthier, happier relationship.